Are you prepared for a crisis? Can you navigate through unpredictable situations using only the items you have on hand? In today's world, being prepared is more than just a precaution, it's a necessity. That's why we're here to discuss the art of bartering in crisis situations and why having a well-stocked barter inventory can be a game changer. From comfort items to essential tools, we'll explore the items that could make the difference between struggle and survival. So, stay tuned as we delve into the essential items you need in your barter inventory. In stressful situations, comfort can become a rare commodity. This is why it's imperative to consider comfort items when gathering your barter inventory. Let's start with books. In the midst of a crisis, a good book can provide a much-needed escape from reality. It can transport you to different places, times, and experiences, offering a respite from the stresses of survival. Plus, they don't require any power to enjoy, making them a perfect fit for uncertain times. Next up, playing cards. A deck of cards is more than just a pack of 52 pieces of paper. It's a source of endless entertainment. From solitaire to poker, there are countless games you can play. They help pass the time and can even bring people together, fostering a sense of community and camaraderie. Now let's talk about comfort foods. These are often overlooked, but they can play a crucial role in maintaining morale. A favorite snack or a cherished recipe can bring a sense of familiarity and calm in unsettling situations. Think about stocking up on items like chocolate, canned soups, or instant noodles. These foods are not only comforting but also have a long shelf life, making them ideal for your barter inventory. In the same vein, consider adding beverages like coffee and tea to your list. A warm cup in the morning can provide a sense of routine and normalcy, which can be incredibly comforting during turbulent times. But remember, the importance of these comfort items extends beyond their immediate use. They hold significant barter value. In a crisis, these items can become rare and highly sought after, making them valuable commodities for trade. The key takeaway here is that comfort items are about more than just physical comfort. They're about mental well-being. They help maintain morale and a sense of normalcy in challenging situations. And in a crisis, maintaining morale can be just as important as securing the basics of food, water, and shelter. Remember, even in crisis, a sense of normalcy can go a long way. A crisis situation often demands resourcefulness. Having the right tools can make a world of difference. Picture this. You're in a survival situation where you need to fix a broken device, or perhaps create a makeshift shelter. Without the proper tools, these tasks become exponentially more difficult. That's where having an assortment of tools and equipment comes into play. Firstly, let's discuss the essentials. A sturdy knife is a must-have in any survival kit. It can serve multiple purposes, from food preparation to cutting ropes to self-defense. And if we're talking about multi-purpose tools, we definitely can't forget the multi-tool. With a variety of implements like a can opener, screwdriver, and scissors, it's like having a mini toolbox right in your pocket. Now, let's consider some items that might not immediately come to mind, but can prove to be invaluable in a crisis. Duct tape, for instance. You'd be amazed at the number of problems that can be solved with this versatile adhesive. From quick fixes to crafting makeshift items, duct tape is a survivalist's best friend. Next up, communication and lighting tools. A hand-cranked radio can be a lifeline, providing access to important news and updates. It's a tool that doesn't rely on electricity, which is a huge plus in a survival situation. Similarly, a flashlight is a non-negotiable item. Whether you're navigating in the dark or signaling for help, it's essential to have a reliable light source. And don't forget about extra batteries. They might seem insignificant, but in a prolonged crisis, having a power source for your devices can be a game changer. To wrap things up, having the right tools and equipment can drastically improve your chances of survival in a crisis. They can make tasks easier, provide comfort, and even be the difference between life and death. So, when you're preparing your barter items, don't overlook the importance of these essentials. Equip yourself with the right tools, and you're already one step ahead. In a crisis, access to medical care may be limited. That's when your first aid kit becomes invaluable. Being prepared isn't just about having the right tools or enough food and water. It's also about ensuring you can take care of health emergencies that might arise. That's where your medical supplies come into play. Think about the basics first. Bandages, for instance, are essential for treating wounds and preventing infection. They come in various sizes and types, from adhesive bandages for small cuts to larger, more absorbent ones for serious injuries. Antiseptic wipes are another must-have. They're used for cleaning wounds before bandaging, crucial in preventing infections. They're compact and lightweight, making them easy to store and transport. Over-the-counter medication is also important. Pain relievers, allergy medication, and anti-diarrheal tablets can all come in handy during a crisis. Remember, it's not just about surviving but also maintaining a decent quality of life. A well-stocked first aid kit is a must. It should include everything we've mentioned, plus tweezers, medical tape, and a pair of medical scissors. Consider adding a first aid manual too. Knowledge is power, and in a crisis it might just save a life. Remember, being prepared means being ready to handle anything. In a crisis, your health and the health of those around you become paramount. Having medical supplies on hand can make all the difference. Health is wealth even, or especially in a crisis. Hygiene is often overlooked in crisis situations, but it is crucial to maintaining your health and well-being. Imagine being in a situation where you've got everything else covered, but personal cleanliness becomes a challenge. Not a pleasant thought, is it? This is where personal hygiene products come into the picture. Items like toilet paper, for instance, are incredibly useful. You might not realize it now, but in a crisis it can be a luxury. Then there's soap. It's not just for cleanliness, it's about preventing diseases, keeping germs at bay, and promoting overall health. Don't forget about toothpaste. Oral hygiene is just as important. It helps prevent dental problems that could become serious issues if left untreated. And let's not forget about feminine hygiene products. These are essential for women, and having an ample supply can make a stressful situation a bit more bearable. A little cleanliness goes a long way in maintaining morale and health. The rule of threes tells us a person can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Don't let it come to that. Imagine facing a crisis situation and the grocery shelves are bare. Sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? That's why non-perishable food items are crucial for your barter inventory. These are the foods that can withstand long periods without refrigeration and still remain safe to eat. We're talking about canned goods, dry grains, pasta, and protein bars. They are not only useful for your own survival, but they could also be extremely valuable for trading. You may also want to consider items like honey, which never spoils, and spices, which can turn a bland meal into a feast. Just remember, variety is key. You don't want to be stuck eating the same thing day in and day out, and neither will the person you're bartering with. But food isn't the only vital commodity in a crisis. Let's talk about water, the elixir of life. No one can survive without it. The rule of thumb is to store enough water for at least 3 days per person. That's about 1 gallon per person per day, for drinking and sanitation. Water purification tablets, portable water filters, and even bleach can also be invaluable for treating questionable water sources. These items can be life-saving in situations where clean water is scarce. However, storing water isn't as simple as filling up a few jugs and calling it a day. You need to store it properly to prevent bacterial growth. Use food-grade water storage containers and keep them in a cool, dark place. Remember, in a crisis situation, food and water aren't just commodities, they are lifelines, and having enough to spare can give you a significant advantage when it comes to bartering. Food and water are the bare essentials of survival. Never underestimate their value. Being prepared isn't just about survival, it's about maintaining your quality of life, even in the face of adversity. We've covered a lot of ground in this guide, touching on everything from comfort items, tools, and equipment, to medical supplies, personal hygiene products, and the essential food and water. Remember, the cornerstone of successful bartering is having items that are in high demand. Comfort items can help maintain morale, while tools and equipment are indispensable in various situations. Medical supplies can be a lifeline when healthcare access is limited, and personal hygiene products can greatly enhance your living conditions during tough times. And of course, food and water remain the most vital as they are fundamental to survival. Understanding your situation and community will help you determine what might be most valuable in a crisis. Keep informed, plan ahead, and be ready to adapt as circumstances change. Thanks for joining us on this journey to prepping for tomorrow. Stay prepared and stay safe.